Lolita Gadeva joins me on set. Hi, Lolita. So Democrats have released another batch of Jeffrey Epstein photos. What do they tell us?
That's right, Peter. Well, it's the latest photo dump from the House Oversight Committee. And Wired magazine here calls the photos terrifying, and they include pictures of famous men, passports, chat screenshots, and upsetting Lolita quotes written on a woman's body, like this one that we see here. And as a reminder, Lolita is a novel about a 12-year-old girl who is kidnapped by an adult man and forced into sexual slavery. So let's take a look at some more of the photos included. This one, for example, and again, a Lolita quote that says she was Lola in slacks. And after that, we have this screenshot of a chat that says, I have a friend scout. She sent me some girls today, but she asks $1,000 per girl. Will it be good for Jay? The person in the chat asks. And then we have a redacted description of the said girl, and we only see that she's 18 years old and that she is coming from Russia. And then the Daily Beast here decided to focus on the New York Times columnist who is included in a photo. And in November, he's called David Brooks, and in November actually he wrote an opinion piece for the New York Times titled "The Epstein Story, Count Me Out." And the article by Brooks basically bashes Democrats for releasing information and the, quote, QAnon mentality that has taken over America, according to Brooks. And he criticizes America's obsession with the Epstein story, asking why it should be a top issue. So I'd say this opinion piece didn't age well.
Right, no, clearly not. And the deadline for the release of all of the Epstein files is looming. We'll be reporting on that, of course. Have you come across any interesting analysis or opinion columns breaking it down for us, this latest photos release?
Yeah, like this one here, for example, in the Vanity Fair that says new Epstein pictures, same old greasy, tired gluttony on display. And Vanity Fair says that the newest photos are some of the most disturbing yet, and they give us a clearer view of Epstein's life after his 2008 sex crimes conviction. And finally, I have this analysis by the New York Times that focuses on the friendship bond between Trump and Epstein. And it says that the two men bonded over the pursuit of women, and that chasing women was a game of ego and dominance where women were a currency. And the long article follows their, quote, intense bond and how it evolved over the years.
Okay, thanks for that. Now we're going to move on to a slightly different story, which is, if you remember that famous kiss cam at the Coldplay concert, well, the woman involved has given an interview.
Yeah, she's called Kristin Cabot, and you might remember her from this viral moment, a 60-second video that went viral on TikTok. Well, actually, she gave an exclusive interview for the British Times, and she says that these 16 seconds, quote, ruined her life. And she says that many people assumed that she was cheating, but actually she had recently separated from her husband, and so did Andy Byron, who is the boss of the company where she worked at. And she said that actually the two of them separating from their spouses brought them together. She developed a little crush, and then she decided to invite him to this Coldplay concert. And she was having she was on the top of the world. She says she was having the time of her life before the kiss cam caught her and Byron. And the rest is social media history, unfortunately.
The plot thickens. So finally, you've got some Christmas news for us, very important. The data on which country spends the most.
That's right. Euronews here asks the question and takes some data from Statista. So let's take a look at this graph. So we can see that in the European Union, it's Germany that spends the most on gifts. It's more than 80 billion euros this year, followed by France, Belgium is being a bit stingy this year. They're like at the bottom of the list.
Wow.
Yeah, and we can see that the UK is really feeling the Christmas spirit with more than 100 billion euros in Christmas presents spent.
That's just what I bought my family this year.
Well, I guess you did it in the Belgium way, didn't you? And then finally, some more Christmas news. Mariah Carey's Christmas hit All I Want for Christmas Is You has been dethroned by the 1984 single Last Christmas. Which one do you prefer, Peter?
I'm a Last Christmas guy myself. Thank you very much, Alitza, for the press review. Stay tuned